ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe. And then you get ankles that, oh god, see. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends 80 Years Wolverine, or the Cowboy Wolverine. If you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And I gotta give a big thanks to Pan de los Muertos for finding this for me out in Texas at a GameStop over there. Thank you so much, brother, for letting me buy this off you. I really appreciate it when you guys look out for me and help me get these figures earlier than later. Oh man, it does so much for the channel. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Check out his Instagram, Pan de los Muertos, in the description below to his IG. And nice looking Wolverine so far already. We got a Muramasa sword right there. Not looking too bad. And then you get Wolverine on the side. And then on the back, you can see a nice image of the figure. And then there's a read up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Then there's Wolverine again. Then you get a yellow spot varnished X logo on the top. And not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the new Wolverine figure with his Muramasa blade in tow out of the packaging. And I call him Cowboy Wolverine in jest just because, I don't know, because he has a hat that reminds me of a cowboy. But actually, when I look at this, I do think of Ruka's run on the Wolverine title, as well as Daniel Way's. So yeah, I actually do have fond memories of reading Wolverine comics when I look at Wolverine looking like this, so that makes me happy. Not a whole ton of accessories, so let's get a closer look at those real quick, and then we'll take a closer look at Wolvie. So not a bad assortment of accessories with this figure. For whatever reason, I just totally blanked on this coming with a Muramasa blade, so I'm stoked to see this. I think it looks great. We've seen this sword before. I really like how the handle came out right over here. That looks great with the darker red color. And it kind of has a little bit of a shimmer to it. You can kind of see it right there. So I really dig that. They use the same sculpt right over here on the previous Black Blade or the first Muramasa sword, so you can see that. So there's your Muramasa comparison right there. You get a pair of holding hands, so you could hold the sword, or you could put them on the motorcycle, which I did take pictures of. And then you get your, your claw hands right there, which has a darker gray color, a little bit of a silver shimmer to it, but, not as shimmery as I'd like to see it. And you can move these around or detach them if you'd like. We've seen these hands many times before. We've also seen this head sculpt before on the recently released Wolverine figure that just came out in the retro wave, so you can see that this one has the black over the eyes and everything. It has the mask thing going on, so you can see it's the same head sculpt. And yeah, you could go ahead and put this head sculpt on the other one's body. One thing I just wanted to point out also is that you do get some blue paint right here in the hair, which I did like, but we don't have that on this version. And then we get the cowboy hat version. Really cool. I mean, I really like this a lot. Gotta say, I really like that he has this smirk over here too, so that's very cool. I don't know, I've always felt like cowboy hats had a front to them, right? Like, wasn't there supposed to be one side that was a little bit more narrow than the other? But it looks like the front and back are very similar to each other. I don't know. Guess there's not enough redneck in me to really know the difference between the two. And yes, I said that. My last name doesn't come from South America, dude. My grandfather's from Oklahoma, so yeah, I definitely have redneck in me. Now, before putting this cowboy hat head on there, I want to just show off some of the other head sculpts that we saw with the Wolverine with the motorcycle, and you can see that this head sculpt fits on there just fine. If you want to put the patch head sculpt on there, that works out really well too. The head sculpt that came with the vintage collection brown suit Wolverine figure, that doesn't look so good. His head looks way too small. That's a little bit weird. Getting this head sculpt back on here and looking at the rest of the figure, it is a repaint from the motorcycle version Wolverine. It's the same thing, man. We get a black tank top instead of the white. You can see the chest hair coming out right there. I do like that. Wolverine should be very hairy, so a lot of nice deco with the hair, so I like that quite a bit. That looks really good. And then, yeah, you get a nice looking gold buckle right over there. The back looks really good. Some nice sculpted wrinkles and everything. And it's a little flaky thingy right there, so that's not looking too bad. You get the Wolverine butt pockets sculpted out very well. We've seen these denim jeans before. I like the texturing to them a lot. You get some nice seams running along the sides. I do appreciate that. The boots look pretty good right here. It does have some stitching right there along the sides, and you can see he has peg holes at the bottom of his feet. And as far as articulation goes, there's no surprises here. You can move his head up very far, which is great, and you can move the head down. You can turn his head side to side, and a little bit of head tilting. Shoulders move outward that far. You can move them down, rotate 360, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, all the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. You get the ab crunch forward, ab crunch back, waist swivel, hips move outward. He'll kick forward that much, back a little bit, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. Ankles do move down a little bit. They move up only a little bit. You can rotate them side to side, and he has a beautiful ankle pivot. Now, to measure out this new Wolverine figure, you can see that he's standing just a little over 6 inches tall. Then for a Wolverine comparison with him in his civilian attire, we have our patch or motorcycle version right here, and then we have the Days of Future Past version that came with the Sentinel. And then here's a new Wolverine figure next to the Vintage Collection Madripoor Wolverine, and you can see that they do have the same head sculpt right over there. One thing to note on this newer figure is that his flesh tone is a bit darker, so yeah, he's definitely been getting some sun compared to the other Wolverine figures. And then here's our new Wolverine figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh man, I'm such a huge Kid Rock fan, and I always wanted to be a cowboy. Can I borrow your hat, huh? Just let me know. Whoa, okay, I guess you don't touch another man's hat. I'll just... So I think this is a pretty cool Wolverine figure. Not a Wolverine figure for everybody. Not everybody's gonna want this version of Wolverine, but I love Wolverine and I like having all these different versions of this character. So I'm happy to have it. I don't think everybody else is gonna want to get this figure as much as I did, but I'm really glad I have it in my collection. Banda de los Muertos, again, thank you so much for looking out, brother. I really appreciate it, man. And I gotta say, at the price point of around 20 to 25 bucks, I gotta give this figure a Sun rating of...
I love it!
Maybe because the movie versions of Wolverine were loosely based off of this look, I don't know, but I really like this figure a lot. I'm happy with it. Out of all the civilian versions, this is my favorite one, so I'm pleased with the figure, and I'd like to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked the video, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell if you have not already, and if that wasn't enough stuff, check out the Patreon account for the daily posts and the giveaways if you want to support the channel and what I do here on YouTube. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, be sure to check out marvelousnews.com, and don't forget to follow me over on the social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.